Well, we're almost a month into the fall season. The bright sunshine from the summer is now lessening, and we're cooling off a bit. And people around you are going from all their outdoor activities to now moving on inside. And so, just as the seasons change, the fragrances that people wear are also changing with the seasons. And so all of those bright colored citruses and the green freshness that you get in the summer are now turning into more of those yellow colors and the orange colors and the brown colors, like the leaves falling from the trees all around you. And so we in the fragrance world, we start pulling out fragrances that match that type of season. And so now we get to pull out our ambers, our woods, our honeys, and our spices. Those type of notes are now prevalent. And so let's talk about my top 10 fall fragrances for 2024. All right, you all, this is Marvin with Preaching the Sense. I'm back at you all with another video. I've been out for a while, and some of you might know I'm an accountant. So, accountants, we have this thing called a tax season, and that usually we have pretty crazy hours going up until October 15th. So I've been kind of had my head down, been working, life and adulting, whatever you want to call it. So I'm back and look forward to putting out a lot of videos and content for you all, so that get you all, well, fall is already here, get you all into the fall season and into the winter fragrances. You'll find that a lot of these fragrances are going to actually overlap. So as we get into the fall and winter. So let's get right to it. All right, first one, and these aren't in any particular order, but first one is going to be L'Amouage Les Parfums. This is L'Amouage Les Parfums, and this is just kind of a staple for me for the fall season. If you all know this one, it has a beautiful lavender accord. And that lavender accord, it just really mixes good with the cardamom. And that cardamom always gives that almost like something baking in the oven. It always gives those kind of vibes. And you layer that with the iris accord that's in here. And then it's going to have some of those oriental, this one has those oriental notes. So you're going to get some of those resins and those ambers that kind of put you into the fall mood there. And you'll find with a lot of the fall fragrances that the notes will have a couple hints of what you were getting in in the summer. And it mixes in that with those ambers and those woods and those spices. And so this one has a little bit of a richness. There's you'll get a little bit of an incense in the background, maybe kind of a smokiness, ever so slight. I wouldn't call it a smoky fragrance, but it's in there. But definitely it's warm, mass appealing. This is a mass appealing type fragrance. This is the type of fragrance you're going to get compliments. The price range is great bang for your buck. I mean, it's usually in the $70 to $120 range, depending on the size you get, and it's definitely worth it. Solid price, good fragrance. It lasts, it projects off your skin. This one will leave a scent trail. This will get you your 8 hours. It is I wouldn't say a beast mode, but it's a strong fragrance. It will last. So get your nose on it. All right, next one on the list here. And this one right here is another, all of these are. I mean, they're in my top 10 for a reason. This is Tom Ford Noir Extreme here. And this here, people talk about this all the time. Man, but this one, it mixes that cardamom, that something rich baking in the oven type of accord with a little bit of a saffron. Saffron usually has some leather nuances to it. And then also off top, you're going to get a nutmeg accord. So this type of fragrance, really works good in the fall and in the winter because of that nutmeg, that orange. Um, there's a richness to it. You're going to get a lot of gourmand type of chords, some resins, but because it has the vanilla in this one as well, vanilla is typically a more of a winter type of chord. It has the ambers. You're going to get a creaminess from the sandalwood, and so but I began wearing this in the fall, and since we're already a good month into the fall, this right here is already being worn by myself. Price range is also pretty good, maybe in that $130 range. Once again, depending on the size, good longevity, good projection. You're going to get your 8 hours from this. You won't have any complaints when you wear this. So get your nose on it. If you have to have one fragrance, you could definitely, any of the first two I just mentioned are ones that I would suggest if you only wanted one. Those are definitely, I'm going to list a couple others that I would put in that category because some of these are a little bit more, I wouldn't say they're the fragrance you would choose if you're going to just have one fragrance, right? So it just depends. Okay, next one in here, and this one is this is Mr. Versatile, very versatile. This is Penhaligon Sartorial. See if I can get it to focus here. It doesn't want to focus, but this right here is my transitional type fragrance. I use this one a lot in the spring and I use it in the fall. But if I had to pick, because just looking at the colors, right? Remember the colors, those orange, those browns, those yellow type colors. Well, that's what you're getting here. This is like a new school barbershop type fragrance. It has the cardamom in there, but it mixes in with these metallic accords. So you gotta like those metallic notes, but it has the spices in there. Remember I mentioned fall fragrances, you're gonna think of the spices coming out. It has a beautiful, one of the most beautiful honey and lavender combos that you can find. So that honey mixed with that lavender it's just a honey lavender bomb is what I would call it. You're gonna get some patchouli in there, which patchouli always has a nice chocolate type vibe to it. There's some, as it dries down, you get into more of the woods. Maybe some leather nuances in the background will come out. One of my favorite fragrances and most versatile fragrances that I have, and definitely a good transitional one. Focus doesn't want to focus, but usually you can get this in that $100 and $120 range. So get your nose on it if you haven't. All right, this next one, this right here is L'Odyssey pour Homme. This is Noir Ambre. This right here, I believe, is discontinued. There we go. Kind of hard to find. Well, last I checked, I haven't really looked for it in a while, but I'll leave a link if I could find it. This right here would be my definition of autumn, right? Look at the color. If you think about the trees and how they're changing colors, you'll see this right here has that brownish, that light brown type of yellow nuances. It's just, man, what a beautiful fall fragrance. It's gonna have that saffron. It has a nice cinnamon accord. It's kind of a cinnamon nutmeg vibe, but you're gonna get a lot of those kind of leather nuances in here as well. A lot of woods. There's some ambers in here. You're gonna pick up a little tonka, right? Tonka's a key accord in the fall season. But this is definitely makes you think of those leaves that are changing colors on the ground. Maybe you can imagine a person, reading a book inside of, maybe an old bookstore. It just kind of gives you those kind of vibes of the wood all around you. So those are kind of vibes this puts you in. I think this one was usually in that $200 range. I do believe it's, I'll leave a link and see if I can find it. Hopefully you can find it for cheaper, but I do believe it's just a wonderful fall fragrance. In terms of, it does have a good lasting, I've got a lot of compliments on it, and I do believe you'll get your about 6 to 7 hours out of this fragrance. I wouldn't call it beast mode, It doesn't project very far off the skin. I'd say definitely not further than an arm's length. So that's the vibe you'll get on that. Okay, next one on the list here. This right here. Oh boy. This is Parfum de Marly Oajan. Man, I'm telling you, this fragrance right here, I typically wear this every Thanksgiving and usually on Christmas Day, actually. This is my Thanksgiving scent of choice pretty much every year. It is, it's just one of the best fragrances. It definitely opens up probably one of the best cinnamon accords you'll ever find. The cinnamon, you gotta like cinnamon, man. If you like cinnamon and some honey, gonna get a little osmanthus, which has that apricot, that leathery apricot, that milkiness from that. But then there's some beautiful benzoins in there, right? You're gonna get the resins and the ambers and all those warm, kind of cozy type of accords. And then beautiful tonka bean. There's gonna be some vanilla in there, so that's why this one you could definitely wear this in the winter season. This is a strong fragrance to me. That's a beautiful patchouli accord. But man, this fragrance right here projects. This is gonna get you. This is 10-12 hours. You'll have no trouble. Matter of fact, you control the sprays. And that's what typically with Parfum de Marly, right? They're strong fragrances. This will project further than arm's length. I don't know about a scent trail. I can't really recall that, but I know it projects. It does project off the skin. This gives Angel Share a run for its money. I'd probably choose this over Angel Share. If you like Angel Share, you'll love this. But this is a little bit more masculine than Angel Share. Get your nose on it. It's usually $200, $250. It's more pricey, but sometimes it goes on sale on Jomashop. You gotta be patient. So, next one. All right, this one right here is Amouage, and this is Journey Man. One of the most beautiful bottles you're gonna get, the gold and the red. You're gonna get this one has a lot of the nice spices, right? Beautiful color. You're gonna get some, you're gonna get the cardamom. You're gonna get a freshness from. So this one's also kind of has that nice freshness as you're transitioning into the fall, or you're not all the way into like November, for example. But it has a beautiful neroli accord, which gives you that honeyed orange type of vibe. You're gonna get a beautiful tobacco accord in here. So the tobacco, you're gonna get that elements of brown. That's the color you're thinking of, dark brown. There's a smokiness to it from the incense in here as well. And then there's some juniper berries, which give a nice piney type of vibe. So you're gonna get some of those, just the green, not the greenery, but the leaves that are just those dark type of plants. And so you're gonna get the pininess from the juniper berries, and then there's some leather nuances and some musk and tonka in the background. But the key players is that tobacco, the incense. You're gonna get some freshness from the bergamot. Beautiful fragrance, $115 to $140. It just all depends on the time you get it. I mean, these prices change, so just get your nose on that one. Solid, lasting. Definitely gives me a good 7 hours. Projection's okay, not beast mode or anything like that. It's solid. Okay, next one on the list, and this right here might be one of the best of all time, and this is Naxos. This is by Xerjoff, and look at the color. This is fall right here, right? Look at that color, beautiful color. Another one of those, if you have to get one, this is going to be one of the ones. Mass appealing. Well, I don't know if I say mass appealing, but definitely compliment getting. Beautiful lavender accord. You're going to get the bergamot. You're going to get a little bit of a lemon, so you get a little bit of that freshness to it. So this one, you could, man, I might have to wear this tomorrow when I go to church. You're going to get some honey. Beautiful honey accord in there. There's the cinnamon in here as well. You're gonna get some tobacco, a little vanilla and dry down. This is beast mode. This is 10 hours. This is gonna project. People will smell you as you get when you come into the room. So you don't overspray. Run you a couple $100 typically in that range. Naxos, you all know it. Let's just go. Next one on the list is another beautiful one. This is Serge Lutens. This is Chergui. And this right here is just a, man, a little bit more darker, right? You're going to get the tobacco. This is there's some honey in here, but it's like a dark honey, right? Just like the color of the juice. Very, very, look at this, kind of a, I don't even know what that color is, but it's just there's a darkness to it. There's a smoky, the incense gives a lot of smokiness. There's a hair cord in here. So you're going to get a sweet earthiness, as you see when those leaves fall to the ground and they're starting to transition into that winter time, and their leaves are kind of crisp and dry before you get into the rainy moist that comes from in the winter time. That's the kind of vibe, right? So it's kind of a dry tobacco, but there's a iris accord in here, which is just kind of with hints of rose in it. It is just, man, this right here, solid fragrance, beautiful fragrance. Get your nose on it. Let's say usually you can get this. Sometimes you can get it for under 100. Actually, I think I've been seeing it for under. I've been seeing it for in that $70-$80 range. Get it. It will get you 7 or 8 hours. It has a solid projection. This is one of the ones where people will ask you, what are you wearing? Like it will catch people off guard. Like, what are you wearing? So get your nose on it. Okay, so next one on the list, I think I got a few more here. It's gonna be by the Harmonist, and this is Hypnotizing Fire. Hypnotizing Fire. Now these last two that I'm gonna mention are a little bit, I wouldn't call them mass appealing, so you want to sample them, right? This one right here has the pimento, which is kind of a cinnamon nutmeg accord. It has a rose, but not really rosy at all. The rose is, to me, kind of playing in the background a bit. You're going to get some warm spices from this, though. That's what kind of puts you in the fall mood. This is that date night. This is it definitely is more, it's a strong fragrance. This will project off your skin, so you gotta watch yourself on this one right here. This right here, it has that patchouli accord. You're gonna get those chocolate nuances to it. And man, this right here, be careful with this one right here. Yeah, this is not for the rookies right here, right? This is one of those special fragrances. You don't pull this out just for any occasion. This is more of those special close encounters right here. So, yeah, this is pretty good. And usually, this one you don't find on discounters that much, so you're gonna probably end up paying over $200 for it, from what I've noticed. But I'll try to find it for a better price. Get your nose on Hypnotizing Fire. And I think the last one on my list here, if I think I haven't missed any. If I did, oh well. This right here, you gotta sample this one right here. This is Tom Ford. This is Tobacco Oud. And this right here, sample it, man. Man, this is that boozy whiskey accord right here, man. This has those spices. It has those incense. This is the one you kind of wear at the end of October, beginning of November. The tobacco, the Western Oud, I would say, has some benzoin in there, and there's some woods, and boy, this one takes you on a journey. The dry down too, I'm telling you, man. Get your nose on this one. I'm finding it under $200 a lot. It used to be hard to find, but now you can find it. This right here. Sample it though. It's not for everybody. All right. Well, I've gone over 10 fragrances that are my top ones for the fall 2024. Hope you all enjoyed these videos. You could have been anywhere else, but you decided to watch these and videos, so I appreciate you. Like and subscribe if you're enjoying this content. This is Marvin with Preaching Sense, and that makes sense to me. Catch you all in the next video.